buffalo chicken chili burger with blue cheese dressing. So we're going to take a base of not mayonnaise. We're going to use Greek yogurt or sour cream. It's thicker, it has better staying power, and it has a tang to it, obviously. So I'm gonna use that for the base, and we're gonna add a ridiculous amount of crumbled blue cheese to it. I am gonna add the sweetness and the pickly tang of relish. So about 3 tablespoons of pickle relish in our dressing. And then we're gonna add a lot of chives. A little bit of black pepper. It doesn't need salt. I put so much cheese in there, it's already gonna swell your eyes shut. So, so there we go. Dressing done. Moving along. Ground chicken in the bowl. Then we take a nice round palmful of chili powder, about 1/3 of a palmful of ground cumin. So we're gonna throw in that. A little salt and pepper. And some cooled, this is just a little bit of onion, 1 small or half of a medium onion, chili pepper of choice. I like a little mix-up of a Fresno and jalapeno or serrano. And I put garlic in everything, so a little garlic, onion, chili. Chill that out. And then to hold it together, just a good handful, 3-4 tablespoons of breadcrumb. And then there ain't no other way to do it. You gotta get in there. Anytime we're making burgers, we wanna score the meat first so that we know that every handful that we grab is the same amount of protein. By scoring the meat, you end up with like shapes and sizes, and that means even cooking time, right? I have a cast iron skillet getting hot over about medium heat, just a hair above medium. So we make all of our patties before we get them going. I'm working on the buffalo sauce right now. The chicken patties are in the pan. In this pan, I have a few tablespoons of melted butter, and I just grated in a few cloves of garlic, right? So we take that garlic butter, and I like Frank's Red Hot because it's not too hot, cayenne pepper sauce. But for 4 burgers, you need a good solid 1/4 cup of hot sauce. So pick whichever one you love, that's great. And we're gonna add a little Worcestershire sauce too. So we're gonna flip the patties. When they get nice and crisp and brown, and then we're gonna let that cook on the second side. Now, once this side has cooked for about 2 minutes, these are gonna take about 8 to 10 minutes total, depending on how hot your pan is. But again, you want this completely cooked through, and you want that nice crunch, that little crisp on the outside. So don't mess with them a lot while they're on the stovetop. Then we're gonna pour the sauce all over them, buffalo-magize them again. Is our big term for that. Once this guy bubbles like this, the garlic had melted into the butter for a couple minutes. Once that comes up to another bubble, you're done. Turn it off. This pan's already hot too. When you get to that point, after you coat them and glaze them in that sauce, right? Then we're going to add a couple slices of cheese per burger. So the lettuce, tomato, and onion on the bun, lettuce first so it doesn't soak through too much. You don't want soggy bun. Look at this. I put a lid over the pan. I turned the pan off. The cast iron skillet holds a lot of heat for a long time. And then you melt the cheese down over the sauced burgers. I know! So, when you add the buffalo sauce to the burgers, give them a turn so you get both sides of the burger doused in the buffalo sauce. It's so good. That is crazy, crazy good. All right, so we pile these guys up, right? And then we take the thickest sauce in the world. No! This is a sloppy meal, so don't think everybody's gonna be like all like dainty. You have to just get in there and have fun with it, because it is a hot mess in a good way.